I'm going to 300% the Game of the Year Astro Bot by not only 100%ing the base game's trophies, but also the DLC for Stellar Speedway and Winter Wonder. Not so long ago in a galaxy near to home, the PlayStation 5 bots were in a party space console until a meanie greeny alien tore open the space station, stealing the main processing unit.
This is mine.
Before blasting us away, that fiend! Not only do we lose all the passengers, but the ship crashes on a sandy planet. I am the lone wanderer, but a friend crashes nearby.
Snap out of it!
Just like that, the satellite is up, and I take the Controller Express into the void of space, starting our voyage in the Gorilla Nebula. Onwards to Sky Garden, home to generic bots getting a little freaky, PlayStation's best attempt to remake Mario Strikers, legally, and our hero reveals he can Mario Sunshine his way through ground-based foes. On the climb, I need to keep my eyes peeled for PlayStation tokens and Banjo-Kazooie-style Jiggy collectibles. Showing off Sony's strength, I pull on some cords and demonstrate my Jumpman jump.
Stop! You violated the law.
At the top, I free a Ratchet look-alike tooled-up mechanic before spinning a flower valve to move on. Later, I spin a second one, opening a secret passage to unzip an overflowing aquarium, freeing the second Lombax. Let's celebrate by shooting off a water geyser. Pressing on, I zip away an octopus-looking bag to puff myself up like a Mario from Super Mario World. Okay, I can't help it. Everything looks inspired from Mario, but I love it. Surf up the waterfall, buddy. Then it's a short dive down a scenic swim among the manta rays, followed by weeding a garden for a final bot save. Flying onto the creamy canyon, I flip over a ladybug, creating a trampoline bouncing us high enough to rescue Solid Snake. Sliding along to pull up some puzzling clues, along with jumping through some simple platforming, I clear out the frosting-looking snow from around the low ground. Crashing into a UFO gives us Psycho Mantis, who thankfully doesn't mess with my controller inputs this time. I then encounter a pig in Sprinkle Field, who I give the Bowser 64 treatment, twirling him.
So long, Bowser.
Afterward, I spin around to dig my way into a hidden 2D looking area. Dropping gracefully even deeper down, I act like Ice Skater Peach on the frozen tundra. Continuing my skate, I almost pass up another puzzle piece, discover another secret digging spot, and save a cyborg ninja, who's another Metal Gear Solid staple. I've saved them all yet again. Come on, Snake! There are children watching.
Kept you waiting, huh?
That's what she said. Ah, dang it, I missed a grayed out swirl. Thus, I had to return to throw yet another pig into an ice sculpture in the distance, providing another dig spot leading the way to a mysterious portal, which spits us out into a strange new galaxy, warping me right to Funky Fungi, a level where I spin flowers right round to jump across gaps, before running into Richter Belmont vacationing from Smash. Swinging on, I swing across with the snake vine, pick some dynamite like it was a carrot, then encounter a flower that actually gives me a second jump. This place almost feels like I'm back in the Mushroom Kingdom. I even have to beat up a piranha plant from Temu. Following some water down, I find Alucard, who's a Rio Dandy Dampier. Then I run away as fast as I can from a chained helmet throwing foe. Stop crumbling the scenery! Richter, please stop flossing. While retracing my steps for missed collectibles, I threw dynamite in new spots, discovered missed X's that marked the spot, and used my laser-like feet to activate the floor. It seemed like everything I missed was underground. All that remained was using a flower to go to a secret path to rescue the level's last spot. Back to Gorilla Galaxy, I go to the Aztec Trail, introducing a new mechanic where you run your hand over a surface until the controller rumbles, opening the way forward in multiple locations, eventually unlocking a new power-up giving me frogs for hands. They're actually more like boxing gloves that punch open cages to free Crash Bandicoot. Wait, isn't he owned by Xbox? Oh look, my glove stick.
Look! I found my nuts!
But wait, these suckers can also turn into a bot-loaded slingshot. Okay, this one Sony owns. As expected, these fists solve every problem, clearing the way to secrets unknown and even allowing me to swing platforms around like I'm in Flip Swap Galaxy. After more gnarly platforming, I rescue Jax without Daxter. I'm coming for you, Miles. Oops, I ended up in a championship boxing match against rushing nesting dolls, but they're no match for my fists of Froggy. Catch me outside, how about that? I had to return to snuff out out all the scattered torches to unlock a secret getaway back to Lost Galaxy for my fan club, featuring fan elevators that can only be controlled with the shoulder buttons. Wherever could they take me, Oddworld characters? Is this Abe? Or is this one supposed to be Abe? Heck, I can't tell the triplets apart. This is a Nintendo channel. Comment below if you know who these amigos are. On replay, I noticed you can buy a bird guide to track down missing pieces. Any boo. Oh wait, boos don't exist in this universe. What's more kosher? Any Ghost of Tsushima. I return to the construction derby. Oh yeah, that's definitely not Donkey Kong jumping across the buildings. Hi Diddy, hi Dixie, hi Candy. You guys in the concrete biz now? You Kongs sure have magnetic personalities. This is like a coconut gun firing in spurts. Now what Kong's in this barrel? A dog?
Not only is he loyal, but he knows tricks too.
These farts are strong enough to break metals and crack walls. Getting some fresh air, I yell, Kobe, then run into the most intimidating looking sumo enemy. Or you just have to wait until they tire themselves out. Hasta la vista. Sliding down a teetering slope, I rush into an awaiting tower, revealing Parappa the rhythm game specialist. The ending of the level really made me feel like Amazing Spider-Man hopping between aligned cranes and saving the damsel in distress Slammy. Finishing the last nebula level unlocks the area's boss, where I am reunited with my dog before
He's finally back to kick some tail.
Mighty Chewy starts from afar, throwing around construction debris and completely destroys any buildings I stand on. Catching up to the King Kong, the ape spews forth foes, then attempts to throw me off with a breakable glass edifice. Thank goodness my PlayStation head is stronger than Windows. Get it? Okay, the escaped ape doesn't like console wars, slamming a notification bell down and sending out shockwaves. Eat your own bell, while I use your eye as a punching bag. The gorilla sticks around, trying to ram us with another wall, spitting and frothing at the mouth, and just generally moving faster. You know what? I'll get your other eye too. My eye! Truly annoyed with us now, the gorilla rips the stage in half, forcing me to platform back and forth before thinking with his stomach and trying to chomp me. I certainly hope he has a good dental plan, because I'm gonna shatter his teeth, opening his mouth and allowing me to beat up his weak spots in cartoon fashion. Upon his defeat, I free the Ape Escape main character. This lad apparently needs our help in a bonus gorilla level. Diving in, banana peel! Where was I? Oh, on these special levels, I transform into the boss rescued character, and the net also works as a sensor to find apes. This is the closest I'll ever get to playing Ape Escape. All I do here is chase down apes again and again, until I sonic grind up a Planet of the Apes looking statue, and come face to face with Spectre, the villain of the series. He's just a gauntlet of basic enemies that I destroy easily with my net, leading to an explosive climax where I capture the elusive bot, and unlock my ship's PS5 memory. Now to put it back in place. One ship part down, only 4 more to go. Oh great, what now? To find out, I stack my bots like Pikmin to cross the Great Gap. Encounter Spyro not as a bot on the Highlands. Where is your robo suit? Climb up a bot chain to uncover Okami without her brush powers, and slide down another chain to free the creative cursor.
Whatever that means.
Until I come across the second crashed satellite, revealing a new galaxy. But before I explore it, there were 3 missing hidden levels in the Gorilla Nebula, and I had to wait until asteroids would reveal them. All were mini trials showing off particular playstyles. The first rolling through on an armadillo, the second a straight up brawler, where I should have showed off a Shoryuken in front of Ryu, and helped a generic baseball man from MLB The Show. With the Nebula complete at last, I can move on to the tentacle system, and look who it is.
Are you mocking me?
That's it! I'm gonna chase you through Go-Go Archipelago. Here, like any good pirate, I dig for buried treasure. As it turns out, is a monkey, which I use to clamber up cliffs with motion controls tilting the controller side to side. His big meaty hands can pry open clams and slam the ground to save. I have no idea, but I'll show off my strength and, like Link with the power bracelet, throw boulders. That's not all the monkey can do. He can swing off poles and save yet again some Viking-looking dude I don't know. On top of the highest cliff, everything seems quiet. Too quiet. Must be my imagination. Let's go.
It's a trap!
Captain Pincher, you scally sea dog. He looks intimidating with his shockwave-inducing stomps, but all we really have to do is break apart his false leg, take a long climb upwards, and rip off his head.
Fatality.
Digging under one of his discarded claws reveals a secret exit, leading to the Lost Light Bulb Limbo. This place oddly gives Luigi's Mansion vibes, where we use a light to see invisible platforms, watch helplessly as ghosts lift terrain out of reach, and we can use the flash method to awaken gargoyles for hidden vampires. I think this is Kane from Blood Omen. Any ghoulie, I attempt to reach another bot, but the invisible walls are holding me back. Thus, I follow the light, ghost busting a Slimer to save a resurrected wraith, whoever that rando is. Backtracking once more, I come across a Devil May Cry reminder in Dante. Flying on to Downside Surprise, I blast open some cheese to befriend a mouse, but am immediately caught in a mouse trap. Fortunately, I could shrink down with mouse powers, allowing me to run across stems, climb through wall insulation, and sneak up the elusive Phalanx, knocking off their hats and annoying them. Then, just like the Minish Cap, I shrink down to explore inside a stump, grow inside cages to break my people free, followed by shrinking to take a water fountain to the sky and ruin someone's laundry day. Man, I hope whoever lives in here likes snuggling.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Back outside, I discover Katamari hidden in a hose nest on top of a tree. Finding a piggy bank, I scare off Tom. Leave the mice alone! Okay, now what am I supposed to do with this frog? Blow on the controller? I haven't done that since Mario Kart DS. Awkwardness aside, it allows me to float on some bubbles, bringing to light a secret exit, revealing the path to Boxel Bust Up, a pixely stage that seems to be a direct homage to retro gaming. Hiya! Oh, sorry, thought this OG PlayStation mascot was a new enemy. And I guess Friendly Fire is active because I blast away another strange-looking bot. Despite the weirdness, I come across a friendly familiar face, just to encounter living walls that have a crush on me. Gonna have to try harder than that. What the? Is this the PlayStation equivalent of Doodle Bob? I close out the area, checking behind every window in sight. Which reminds me, I forgot something back at Downside Surprise. Like Hickory Dickory Dock, I have to climb up the clock and pull up a rodent stuck on a ledge. Anywho, moving on to Trunk of Funk, I bait out a Monty Mole to pull it out by its tail, but it doesn't give any rewards. Strangely, neither does filling up an empty well. But maybe if I water this onion, something will happen. Oh my gosh! What's the Great Deku Tree doing here? Yeah, no thanks. But what do you think, Days Gone Survivor Man? Fine, let's jump right into that mouth. Once inside, I uncover a new elephant power-up that can suck up liquids and turn them into solid platforms.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi, because it can also suck out enemy brains. Outside, I dodge the beat-keeping caterpillars, come across Kenna from Bridge of Spirits, then geyser up a platform to run smack dab into a beehive. Taking a cue from Winnie the Pooh, I borrow a schmeckle of honey to create Tigger-like bounce pads, bringing me to the top of the groovy tree, where I meet the Tama Trio. They regurgitate their mom's cooking at me, but you see, Astro Bot is a savage, sucking their yolks out.
They sucked his brains out.
After cleaning off, I return to practice my golfing drive. Teeing off that hole-in-one, I go to Wormy Passage and reunited with my froggy boxing gloves and discover Ellie serenading the last of the birds. Shattering some crystals inside a cave makes me feel like a dwarf mining greedily. Anyway, I punch Ellie's main fungal foe like a speed bag, while another stole a bot. You let him go! Fighting on, I hit a cactus until it frees Joel from The Last of Us. And I'm noticing the game is slowly but surely stepping up the platforming difficulty, placing jumps just in hover range. Then I'm thrown to the worms and have to pull them out by their teeth. I call this the double dug in. My reward? A clicker hiding beside some shrooms. But it looks cute instead of creepy. The exit is just a hop away. However, I'm stopped by the Gears of War 2 giant worm. Praise the Lord, he's a god of second chances. I can meet Jonah in the belly of the beast.
I gotta get out of here!
Back in space, I sleuth for the hidden levels before fighting the boss, which required me to find the fabled Lost Triangle Void to release the button prompt levels. The first being a grind level where I have to plan jumps carefully. The bot's boots are not magnetic, the end of which had Leon S. Kennedy from Resident Evil. Chris, my writer, stop looking so excited.
That went well.
Rolling on, I challenge a harder armadillo level hanging on by the skin of my gigabytes in order to save the Persona 4 mascot Shadow Teddy. Pressing on, I jump over twisting platforms, while my rider freaks out over Claire Redfield being included.
Why does everyone think I'm gonna get in trouble?
followed by outrunning some collapsing floors, booting up Aegis from Persona 3. At last, it's time for the second boss. And considering we're on an island, he must be at sea.
There are sharks in there!
I'm not going back to the ocean anytime soon, but I pick up my frog mitts before getting violently greeted by Wacko Taco. This octopus means business, raining down a constant barrage of punches until his glove gets stuck in the sand and I do him a solid, destroying the boxing mitt. He really didn't like that, so he sends out cronies to do his bidding and try slugging at me from under the island. Once again, he can't pull out, so I take off another lethal weapon. Embarrassed, his tentacles are revealed. I use them to slingshot right into his derpy face, allowing me to punch off one of his goggle straps, which is considered a minor inconvenience as he spews forth sea urchins. Then rocket punches across my small desert island. Too bad that exposes his weakness right to me. Frustrated, the Octodad inks all over the stage while releasing even more mooks, followed up with telegraphed single slams. Oh yeah, Wacko? How about you get stuck in your own ink so you can eat a robo headbutt and I can destroy your PPE?
I wouldn't give a guy a break.
You want forgiveness? Get religion.
He must have took that to heart and found religion, cause he just parted the foaming seas. Like the worst wave pool ever. I need to time my progression so I'm not washed up. Carefully, I inch my way forward between tsunamis until I'm right in front of the slimy, smug octopod, dodging and weaving through his cannonade until I can go for his eye. Yeah, I don't get why this game's obsessed with optics, but I use the distraction to do a finishing headbutt. I didn't think this through. The sea's back.
I am under the water.
Surfacing, I notice a capsized boat, home to Kratos and...
Boy.
Oh boy, you know what that means. God of War. That's right, I get Kratos' axe, though at first I'm not worthy to wield it. The gods take pity on me, and I become Kratos, the God Slayer. Now I get to be the one to hack and slash through foes, throw the axe to freeze my enemies plus a recall, and sneak through cracks and walls in a God of War loading screen, all while freeing other Scandinavian characters, blow on a horn to summon Ouroboros, who Thor snuck on board, and then continue to rescue other stranded gods. Some may or may not be bad guys. Anywho, I show off my strength, flipping world turtles on their shells, axe a bird a question to free Andros, all before I drop the hammer. Underneath, I use my brain to freeze a gear and dispose of Odin's last spy for a trophy. At the top of the world, Nidhogg awaits. And all I have to do is avoid a charge, cut his butt, and throw him away.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Setting free our frozen SSD. On the way back to the hub, I rescue a training Ken, crumble the ground to drop some unkillable foes through the floor to save a stranded golfer from somewhere, and then slide the disc back in place. 3 left to go. While at home base, I get notified I've gotten enough puzzle pieces to unlock controller customization.
Does it come in black?
Then went up the water stream to save a stray. I love the backpack. That's not all. Using combined body weight, I destroyed a tarp for a dog?
What the dog doing?
Heading back to the surface, I built a costume shop, but man, it's as bare as the PS5 launch lineup. Well, off to the gacha machine to get more. Now in crippling debt, I send out a satellite to find Serpent Starway for the plunder. Nice, he cleaned off the processor.
Gross.
He has to be trolling. Anyway, to help my finances, I go to the slow-mo casino, where I witness a trucking accident. This is better than looting during a BLM riot. With the new stopwatch attachment, I become Time Cop, able to slow-mo portions of the terrain to make platforms, or completely negate enemy attacks. Making my way inside like a VIP, I get completely addicted to gambling, spending my family's savings. You know, they say 90% of people quit right before winning big.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Enjoying the gambler's high, I jump across some chips, slow down a craps wheel, and rescue an imprisoned Sly Cooper. Where's his new game, Sony? Anyways, I win enough to get to a private pool. Dive right in to save a different kind of bot. Watch darts blow past me, instigating me to yell, "Freeze!" All in order to watch Joker break it down. Didn't know you were such a freaky dancer. Stop it! You're only in high school! You could say I pulled an Ocean's 11 on this place, stealing every collectible and bot. Making my getaway to Bathhouse Battle, I make a splash.
Oh, rubber ducky, you're the one.
I really need to stay incognito after my heist, so I take on a new fit, and you might as well call me SpongeBob SquarePants, because I'm absorbent now. Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye!
right, Captain!
Like Mario eating a mega mushroom, I stomp through my foes, destroying the bathhouse, ring out some fires in the way, and clean the tar off some mosaics. I have some fun chopping down the bamboo forest, and the business hires me to bring the feng shui in order, perfectly balanced. Now to just pull a Santa Claus and shimmy down the chimney for a secret exit, teleporting me to Furnace Fever, where the poor volcano has contracted a flu. Bless you. Hot. This place is home to a new flame-throwing foe, who you have to unscrew to destroy. This area really doesn't hide the sonic influence as I side-hop rail to rail, and instead of a hedgehog, I save an infamous second son. At least the fire matches his personality. Fighting across the plateaus, I rescue Abigail Walker, another infamous hero, before I discover a new way to get across the lava fields. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Jumping across some rare lava gators, I save Cole McGarth, the really infamous electrical man. It's my turn to be a hero, curing the volcano with an oversized firefighter ducky. Call me in the morning if you need more. As you might have noticed, I forgot a couple of bots at the bathhouse. Thus, I returned for a forgotten siren and used what I learned on the lava planet for what is definitely an anime protagonist.
Believe it!
No time for a break. I pop open my umbrella to save my big brother. The poor iron giant is padlocked to the ground. So as I searched around, I saved the boy from the last guardian while breaking through the crystal locks until I've done it.
I had strings, but now I'm free.
Before I talk with him, I make sure to leave no bot behind, rescuing the damsel in distress from Shadow of Colossus. Happy we helped him out, our big brother decides to return the favor, allowing us to climb aboard before I shoo away the Shadow of Colossus protagonist. You can't kill my giant friend! Anywho, the big man helps me climb up the seashell he pulled out of the sea, and even opens up a big clam that we can't without the monkey on my back. I miss him already, even though I'm already back at the start because I now have to trick a mini yellow alien into electrocuting platforms for a hidden way out, leading to a spooky level, Ghouls and Bots, featuring the epic return of the light. And I celebrate it by using it to free the Ghosts and Goblins main character, Knight Arthur. Taking a tour of the area, I break open a witch cauldron, saving Sans cousin, Daniel Fortescue from medieval times. Any ghoul, I want to blow on the chandelier. I excite the area so much a light abounds. Just sit still so I can bust the ghosts already. Cooling off, I take a moonlit stroll across a normal bridge that of course collapses into a frantic light shooting adventure against the Ectoplasm Gang. Bang! Bang! Blasting away the ghosts, free everyone's favorite pyramid head, just in time to get trapped in time. And of course I remembered to hit the snake on the way in. Sorry PETA, I needed the jigsaw. It's time to get the power up, and I'm sure it'll be the stopwatch. A chicken? What does this have to do with time? Nothing, but it does allow me to pull up pillars with its vertical thrust. Give a burrowed Ekans a yank out of its hole. I wonder if there's an Arbok here too. And even with the chicken's vertical powers, needed help with flower extra jumps every once in a while. Trekking on, I go through a sand waterfall to rescue a dream chaser.
Who?
You got me. I've never played Wild Arms. I've actually not played a lot of these games. Okay, what does a poison swamp have to do with time? Seriously, none of these set pieces seem to have anything to do with the hourglass. It does make sense to have the Wanderer from Journey in the Desert level. I had to come back because one of the bots was acting like a prairie dog. How was I supposed to see him the first go around? Back in the universe, I set free the O's, unlocking the Aerial Ace Flower Power hidden level. To save the Ace Combat Pilot, played hopscotch over a twirling menace followed up with tricky magnetic jumps, where you had to clear platforms to find secret trampolines before landing for Metal Gear Solid's big boss. This culminated in another Sonic shredding session, but the platforming for this area was brutal. I don't think I've mentioned that for the hidden levels, if you slip up even once, you get booted right back to the start, which was especially painful here.
I was right there!
At last, I made the final jump and freed Revengeance-clad Raiden from Metal Gear. All that remains of Serpent Starway is the sector's boss. Entering the arena, I call forth my chicken powers before Lady Venomara slithers in, spitting up the worst Easter eggs filled with minions instead of candies. Then using a surprising tail slam followed by an arena sweep that she actually wiped me out with. She calls forth pillars, which I also messed up slipping off and landed in her venom pool.
My bad.
There's more. As the Queen Cobra lunges across the stage, her one weakness is exposed. The bracelets buckle to her tail. Shattering them sends her into a Disney princess faint, opening her up for an uppercut. Oh boy, she did not like that, and is now trimming down the stage. And once again, I should have dodged that. And I'm now dead. We're back, baby. Now save me, chicken. Thanks to the hen, I get a second shot at her bracelets, and give her another vicious left, leaving the lady's tongue completely at my mercy. Then like Team Rocket, I blast her off through a cave ceiling, and I'm taken for a wild ride. We're going like 1,000 miles an hour. Then Amara is obviously a fake cobra, losing her hood, and tries to stop me getting to her head with eggs and venom balls. Seriously, you took me out twice? Enough is enough. Bite your own tongue on a cyborg hook. After the match, the snake spit up a treasure chest containing a slime-covered Nathan freaking Drake, a true national treasure. Of course, I get to play as him now, and his power is gun. When did we find the American planet?
I started blasting. Bang! Bang!
Meanwhile, the real Drake sits around playing PSP. Sure, I guess I'll save the day while you relax. Thus, I explored the island, gathering up the Drake family. Starting with Chloe on a pirate ship, swing across vines to get on top of Amelia Earhart's plane to rescue Sully, spent what felt like forever trying to take a valuable jiggy piece, until it finally clicked in place, hopped across friendly turtles to save Nadine, even though she beat up Nathan at one point, then liberated a lonely solid gold egg. In a very uncharted moment, I blow up a car to make a small bridge, climb up the rusted out submarine from the first game to save Alina, Nathan's wife, before enduring through frogs that ribbit rockets.
Not scientifically possible!
Anyhow, I solve ancient Uncharted-styled puzzles, realize tomb raiding isn't dangerous at all, before I fall into a pile of skulls, climb above the Mortal Kombat spikes, rob another egg, encounter my fake bony ancestor on a secret treasure, and save the prodigal brother Sam. Really? Why does every ancient ruin crumble when I'm just about to leave? Well, that wasn't so bad. And here's our ship part. Chief Kawa, you ruined my pleasant evening. I learned the hard way he is completely bulletproof. As it turns out, I need to dodge his laser lance attack while shooting his heat-seeking skulls out of the air. A change of perspective only increases his shootable projectiles until his own temple door traps him. And I keep blasting until he's crushed, releasing a very green ship part. But before going, I return for one last treasure.
Let's go, Jerry. Go!
Back in the stars, I had a few secret levels to run through, saving a cook from pixels, ensuring the destruction of annoying bells by taking out the floor, to add fake Lionel Messi to my soccer roster, then make an even more difficult armadillo run to stop another catastrophe.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Back at home base, I give the part a trim before sticking it right back into the ship. That seems like a bad idea without cleaning it further. With more puzzle pieces, I gain access to the Safari Zone, Safari Park. Stand down, Nintendo lawyers. This area unlocks photo mode, even though like John Cena, you can't see me. And it's filled to the brim with animals we've encountered in the wild, as well as some I've never seen before. Outside on our now home planet, I go sliding through the snow biome, break a jar to free a flower, literally not a bot, and use teamwork to dig up a crashed satellite, unveiling the way to Camo Cosmos. Aw, the alien's playing nice. He's a bad man. Flying onto the hieroglyph pyramid, which you might have guessed is Egyptian themed, complete with collapsing bridge, I explore through the land, discovering the Metal Mario power-up, which not only allows me to become a Metroid-style morph ball that is invincible, but also gives me the ability to break metal boxes. I can even squeeze through mouse holes, bringing me right to Lara Croft, the myth, the legend. Rolling on, I defeat vacuum bots by clogging up their hoses before yelling, "4!" Holy crap, I got a hole in one! I take a second jump on a pineapple-filled trampoline. Anywho, I'm glad I got rid of the Tomb Raider so I could keep the treasure for myself. Overshooting the ending flag, I uncover a secret metal trampoline, taking me to a secret exit into the Rocket Pole Power Planet, a location where you light the fuse and stare blankly as it blows up. Ow! Rocket away before it explodes again! And that is literally all you do here. Outrunning cartoonish dynamite fuses constantly like I'm in a Looney Tunes episode. Until I find Knack. I have to admit, I don't like Knack.
Knack 2, on the other hand, is a masterpiece. Oh, look at the graphics on that.
Speaking of bots, I missed an Ash in the snow. Another reference I don't know. From now on, only the iconic ones. Diving into Bubbling Under, the underwater level. I mean, Mario has tons of them, so Astro Bot at least needed one. I live in an... It has a penguin suit? Yeah, it should really be called a Zora suit. Just look at this. Am I going to see the divine beast Varuta next? Turns out we're getting an open world sandbox kingdom, but instead of moons, I get trophies for jumping through hoops like I'm a dolphin. This sunken ship is nowhere near as scary as Jolly Roger Bay, where I disintegrate padlocks. And I keep on breaking them chains, setting free a ginormous starfish. Continuing my Olympic swim practice, I get swallowed up by Jabu Jabu all over again. It's not all that bad because I can save a Palico from Monster Hunter. Back in the deep blue, I explore the Mariana Trench, surface long enough to witness an alien abduction. I want to believe! And dive back down, butterfly kicking against the strong current. At last, I find the Octodad flailing around. Surfacing near Balloon Breeze, I am reunited with Big Brother, who presents me an old friend that I'm going to use a bit differently, like blowing up bouncy houses. Don't get too excited, kids. This is for bots only. Floating on, I encounter machine gun pufferfish. I know how to fix this.
Oh, SpongeBob, why?
Continuing to annoy PETA, I take a squid-powered missile across gaps, while my sibling pops up responsibly watering the plants. What kind of miracle grow do you have in there, dude? Coming down, I notice a caterpillar eating Big Bro's flowers, so I deflate his air and am punished by some moles. When I come back, I had to suck and run, or face the same wrath as before. Making a wish, I blow away some dandelion fuzz, which will be a nightmare for my brother's garden, but also summons Pokefloats. Like I'm in Smash Bros. Melee, I jump and dive above Kyogre-based balloons, all while playing hero to rando stranded bots. Hey bro, you have a little something stuck on your head. Don't worry, I got it. Returning once more, I float to an out-of-the-way pot, then use a hidden shuriken launcher to cut away bamboo for a shiny disco ball secret way out, revealing the way to Danger Dojo. This doesn't seem that dangerous. Crap, I came unarmed. Actually, the shuriken shooter is back already. With that weapon, I'm safe from harm. Ah! Booby trap! And a secret portrait door straight out of Bowser Odyssey's kingdom. It takes us upstairs to rescue the Western Neo Samurai. Fittingly, we find the Ghost of Tsushima in the walls, then jump across a taiko drum to scan some floor panels to open up ancient-looking paintings. Next, I create my own Ninja Star platforms that actually hold my weight. I enjoyed my time in Japan. That was a fun romp. Oh, come on, Dragon Man! Eat Ninja Metal! And give me back platform 9 3/4. Anywho, it's spooky time, where like Ocarina of Time, I dig up some graves to steal some poor bloke's pocket watch. Do you guys know why graveyards have gates? Because people are dying to get in. It'd be a bigger issue for someone who couldn't control time. I then tiptoe between some very dull-looking knives. I mean, who could cut a steak with that edge? I don't know, but I'll make sure to rescue that dizzy bot. Out in the open, I find Chris boulder-punching Redfield. Okay, Ryder, I'll give you this one, but no more references my audience can't understand. Jumping on, the platforms try to buck me off and actually succeed. All I had to do was freeze them at the right time so I could jump into an open grave. No more digging. Buried in complete darkness, I stumble on Jill Valentine, Master of Unlocking. Chris, seriously, I said no more.
You want stars? I'll give you stars.
Anyway, I time skip through some literal messy platforming just for things to get even messier when I run out of pause time. Would you all stop moving around? It's so frustrating. Now I have a few hidden levels to own, consisting of the usual gameplay in these areas, but explaining all of them is for squares. So let's set them free for some trials worth mentioning. One where I bounce and bounce while dodging flaming spinning platforms, saving one where I run up a wall, followed by a much more dangerous wall, and shy a surprise. This next challenge is probably the hardest I've played thus far. Between the lava sloshing around and the abundance of foes, I was lucky to make it out alive. Moving on, it's boss time. Stopwatch, please. I can't see where they are. It's Mecha John Cena in chameleon form 2.
Andros has ordered us to take you down.
First off, this dude's abusing trees, dropping fruit and foes my way, and his mini-me's are are filling the arena with bullets. As if that's not enough, the agile reptile himself makes everything into a bullet hell. Too bad for him, my time bending negates the difficulty and makes it even easier to avoid a serious tongue lashing. Your uvula is now my speed bag. Guess that was too hard for him to swallow. Angered, the cold-blooded menace speeds up deforestation, unwittingly giving me platforms to close the distance. And the fool also launches freaking rockets my way, making the platform into Swiss cheese. Seriously, dude, stop putting holes in the land. Here we go again with the bullet hell, this time with a new jump pattern. I bait out another lick attack and put another frog in his throat. Mechacina's rage gauge is now filled and he carpet bombs my position, spits out what I can only describe as DNA pattern fire spins, and summons enemies I've forgotten are electrified. No! I was so close to winning, but literally after that wave, all I had to do was let him destroy part of the stage once more and ensured his throat would never recover from a severe beating. Nose rings. Some people like them, some people don't, but I'm sure you're regretting not listening to Edna Mode about this piercing. No nose rings! Now to reveal the next PlayStation darling, hold up. You could have chosen any of your mainline flagship games, and Loco Roco was who you picked for one of the 4 special appearances?
You gotta be kidding me!
Well, I gotta admit, I've never played it, so maybe I'm missing out. Lou blob me, Loco Roco. With motion controls, I tilt around the stage, undergo mitosis splitting into tiny clones of myself while getting the water wheel theme park experience. Combined with this music, my stress is at an all-time low. I literally am in control of every angle in this area. By the time I leave the tunnels, I get into a snowy pinball session, then take a skip and a jump right to my already free ship part. This is a reminder to you PC gamers. Clean out your rigs every year. With the cooler in place, we have just one more part left. All right, bots, with me. 1, 2, 5, lift! And now, push! A Star Fox R-Wing to protect the mothership, and whatever that thing is from The Last Guardian are added to my collection. Okay, guys, let's take a short bowling break. Nice throw! I turn in my arcade tickets for the final satellite, who guides us to the feather cluster, and the alien is trying to make up to the processor. That's it! This is getting old! I'm almost there, CPU kid. Into Jenny of the Lamp I go. While here, I enjoy my tour of the dunes of Agrabah before singing Arabian Nights. It's Arabian Day, but you get the point. I explore the marketplace with snake charming rope exhibits, then decide to give the giant lamp a rub. I think I've made a grave mistake. With a twirl and a twist, the genie of the lamp scampers off into the storm. Get back here! You owe me 3 wishes! Jumping up the dust devil. Hang in there, whoever the heck you are! Anywho, I get reunited with my canine companion, break open some walls, and watch as another bot flaps in the wind. And at last, I can confront the genie meanie, who summons skulls that I can't deflect, until he throws the big gold one that I smack his dumb face with. The actual difficulty of this fight was the minions. They deserve a raise. Eventually, I ring his bell a 3rd time to show off his weak spot and return him to the lamp. No! However, I'm not about to take the easy way out of here. I notice some invisible platforms above ancient engravings that lead up to a rolled up magic carpet. I can show you the galaxy. Shiny, shimmering, splendid, opening up a whole new world. Aptly named High Suction Hero, where I experience the magic of construction work. Hey, concrete doesn't dry that fast. Everything has been super realistic until now. Curbing my expectations, I rescue a random Halo-killing soldier, then have an absolute blast ice sliding across some scattered platforms, slipping my way into the Hellgas Twin. Break time. Let's take a picture as
Cow. I gotta go, Julia. We got cows.
Moving on. This bot was about to be barbecued under a rocket, and I learned they were a set of triplets, not twins. Personally, I'm disappointed we don't get to see the rocket blast off. Guess I'll have to do it myself back at the gym level. Mission complete. Incoming objective, visit Lunasola. This isn't a highly classified mission. It's a place for children. Oh no, kids. It's nighttime now. Spooky. All we have for light is a nightlight.
Stop it, Patrick! You're scaring him!
Ah, it's an origami ghost. Maybe I'm being too harsh on this place. After all, the area is a good mix of switched up platforming and flipping one side to another, culminating in a short drop and a way out of this little big planet. Now to enjoy my frozen meal, which is complete with an ice skating show starring me.
Way to go, superstar.
My performance is enough for a standing ovation from a David Cage character. Perusing the sights, skating along, Sam Porter Bridges prefers walking simulators, which is why he's stuck here. All we're missing is his energy drink. Since I'm in a snowy wasteland, I throw some dynamite to blow up some ice caves. Careful, Astro Bot. You're on thin ice with the natives here. Don't you want to become human? No? Well...
Do you want to build a snowman?
Come on, let's go out and play. I never see hidden exits anymore. Come out the door. Playtime is cut short, being moved to the Lost Galaxy. More like environmental disaster galaxy full of turtles covered in garbage. Even the bots we save are trash. Guess I'll need to start picking up. Using the power of the PS5 DualShock controller, I depollute the ocean, setting my Ninja Turtle pals free. But not every animal is grateful for the trash pickup. At least I can suck up their missiles and fire them right back in their faces. This level made me think, who has time to make controllers out of sand on the beach? Deep questions aside, I saved the last of the garbage pail kids. Encounter Muck as a mini-boss, who I just plainly suck away until they are no more, unveiling the last of the Lost Galaxy planets. Let's give this universe one final encore. Starting in dead silence, I am shocked to get a new symbol monkey upgrade. What do I use it for, you may ask?
Wake up! Grab brush and put a little makeup!
Like a repel, it also scares away low-level foes. Not to mention the symbols control some of the environment for platforming. Cannon, festivities please for what I'm about to do. I keep the beat for swinging tambourines while getting my grind on, and make like Nintendo switching the level around. Then I come across a familiar Fall Guy on a wheel that straight up looks ripped from their game. Continuing my run across living accordions, I act like Bruce Wayne plucking the piano, just to get launched across the map, and get introduced to a lame excuse for a micro boss, consisting of dangerous spinning hats. Hold on, Mario Odyssey also had threatening spinny hats. With that, I've completed every secret level. On my victory lap, I return to Frozen Meal to deal with the cranky Frosty the Snowman. First, Astro sucked brains. Now he's drilling them. Savage. Whatever works. Drill, baby, drill. Which somehow makes him tiny and friendly. Leaving behind our new friend, we float to Cannon Brawl. As you'd expect, I become the robotic Cannonball. For the Black Pearl. Actually, I am the Black Pearl, and am cursed being completely bulletproof.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
Like the everlasting Gobstopper, I can use gators to transport me around, bringing me up to our Demon Souls night. Launching away from the PC Master Race begging for a port, I savage a shipwreck to save survivors, and roll on to that one game from the Bluey Dream episode. Removing the swords blasts off the internal skeleton into the lava. Getting away with murder, some pathetic roadblocks try to crush me, but it's to no avail. Instead, I jump up on top of the presses and go blasting off again. Inside, I become a ball in one of those tilt arcade games, which of course I maneuver with the PlayStation gyro controls. At the bottom, I rescue the Maiden in Black. Too bad I don't have souls to level up. Outside once more, I walk the plank. Hey, what are you doing? Just hanging around? Right before the exit, I run into the skeletal Captain Short Fuse, who obviously wants fiery revenge for the skeleton I burned earlier. The entire fight boils down to, he fires, I use a geyser to hit his giant face. He fires hot, 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 I geyser blast him to the face. He fires even more fire, I geyser him for good. Man, the Metal Mario suit is OP. Glad I got ahead of that situation. From the lava seas, I navigate to Orbital Blitz, where I must boost from the start to nail that UFO. Need I mention we're in...
Oh, space!
They even have the Wipeout astronauts scattered about. Reunited with my avian jetpack, I boost my way up a grapevine tree before entering a gravity-defying room, switching it on and off like we're in a sci-fi. Hey there, Space Cow. Jerry! No! They took Jerry! Out of my way, space frogs! I gotta save my favorite space bovine. Breaking through the space station roof, I spacewalk along.
We get it! You're from space!
And hey, you're not Jerry! I'm becoming increasingly worried about my cow. Is he behind all the scenery? Hello, Saturn. Have you seen my space cow? I'll unzip the space station's fly. Oh, pardon me, sir. At last, I catch up with the Jerry Bandit. But instead of my friend, I'm greeted by bombs. Fortunately, all I need to do is headbutt the underside of the UFO. Well, the government calls them UAPs now. Unfortunately, they already ate Jerry, but there's only a few more extra hidden levels to explore. Diving headlong into Ginny's revenge, I rematch the powered-up Genie, this time where the floor is ice and his minions are ice-flavored. However, the real danger was these dang electric skulls. The best way I found to dodge them was to dog boost away by the skin of my teeth, barely making it alive. I countered the angry wish granter with his golden weakness. In the third phase, the Djinn attempted to throw off my skid with those shockwave bells. Thankfully, he forgot to turn off friendly fire as his skulls eliminated them for me. Get back in your lamp and never come back. Hey, he left behind the Breath of the Wild link as a souvenir.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Close enough. Before you know it, I overcome the last crumble rumble, set free Tony Hawk Pro Skater, box my way through the final retro rampage, and find the X, which does mark the spot setting free everyone's exes. Sorry guys, like those crazy ex-girlfriends. These levels are sweet, but oh, they are psycho, my. This one had me retreading multiple times due to the difficulty cranking up a little. But these trials were actually a breath of fresh air, with one using an hourglass on the field to freeze time, and what really brought me a smile was I was beating some of them on my first try. Years of Mario were finally paying off. I knew my parents were wrong when they said video games were a waste of time. Okay, I guess I'm still wasting my time, but I don't care. Winning quickly is so satisfying. Kazuya from Tekken was even impressed enough to join me. Anywho, time to stop dressing as an animal. No more furry. I want to show off my heart of gold and pimp out my ride to match before cruising my way to the Feather Cluster's boss, where I immediately ditched the gaudy gold for the surety of iron, launching my way onto the belly of the great feathered beast. This wingling spits and spouts out smaller versions of itself, then tries pecking himself to hurt me. But hello, I'm invincible here.
You can't touch this.
I mean, if his drill pick doesn't work, what do you expect the bullet seed to do to me? Nothing can stop me. I resist everything. Oh, that's how he gets me. Since he couldn't do damage, he applied massive pressure instead. Well, now that I know what's coming, I avoid his spat out chicks, use my rolling iframes to make it to his port side stabilizer, and take out engine 1, causing the burb to flip. Fortunately, he keeps a trampoline on the back of his neck, and I bust off one helmet to reveal a second underneath. After peeling off the second hat, the flight risk spits everything, including the kitchen sink, our way, and is probably doing more damage to himself with how he plucks at his chest. I go through the same bullet storm I already did to dismantle the same stabilizer, and with one final butt slam, I put the hurt in his eyes indirectly by bopping his noggin. And this area boss is a chicken dinner. Emerging from his shadow, Aloy looking for better horizons out of Lego form. You all expected it, and here it is. Bow and arrow Astro Bot, which like Link's crossbow training requires gyro aiming and gives me bullet time like Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I know it's a different franchise, but like this ally, I will only refer to it as a Zelda clone.
Bite me, you nerd!
Anywho, I snipe my way through some frogs and fittingly find a robot companion from Horizon. It's like this game was made for Astro Bot. Shooting forward, I take part in a long-distance bow shooting competition. Dig down deep into a cave rescuing Aloy's dad who went out for milk ages ago. Then like an environmentalist, I cut through a fence for more wildlife. Catching my breath, I aim carefully between boulders for an explosive end, and then make the ascent up one of the box art long neck robosaurs so I can lower a satellite dish before taking an Indiana Jones dangerous dive and swing over deadly looking red water. Closing out the area, I take a peaceful ride. Good gravy, it's a T-Rex! Shoot like it's a crappy turd section from the 2000s! Calm down, you see that glowing weak spot? Aim for the chest, Astro! Recovering, the quintessential dino gets beside me, coughing up orbs faster, but foolishly shows off its weaknesses on both the left and right sides. Idiot, let's finish this.
Boom. Hit shot.
All right, almost there. Dang it! He's back from a headshot? Ah, shut up, you oversized Komodo dragon. That was easy. And it was enough to get back my heavily graffitied faceplates. but I'm not putting those back on until I play a round of Power Wash Simulator to scrub off the alien propaganda. Just like that, my PS5 has been completely refurbished, which I'm sure would get $35 in-store credit at GameStop, on top of recruiting every one of the 300 current Astro Bots. Sadly, we are still missing the processor, and that green meanie is just waving it in our faces. I will not let this stand! It's at last time for our fight! As per usual, the big alien tries to intimidate us small bots before attempting to run away, initiating Wake Up the Past protocol. PlayStations of the past, peripherals long forgotten. Now is our hour of glory!
All squadron leaders report in.
This is Gold Leader standing by. All controllers lock trigger buttons in attack position. And may the Force be with us. God, this is tilt controls? Whose idea was this for the finale? The battle is already quite the rage, with me acting as supporting fire, but the alien responds sending heavily shielded ships. OG PlayStation, I need your help. With our powers combined, we'll take down these extraterrestrials. Good hunting, PlayStation 1 Squadron.
I can't shake it! I guess I should be thankful.
The PS2 aces come through, granting me memory stick wingman, obliterating the asteroid field into space junk. Just keep blasting away! Ah, these darned tilt controls are throwing me off, and my controller sounds like a machine gun with all this rattling. Don't lose heart, PlayStation Fleet. We can dodge these laser defenses and destroy the cowering aliens within. Push the objective, PS2 wing. Oh no, the move controllers are in trouble. Eat plasma, Xeno menaces. And get off the PSP, you vile fiends. It seems Sony is intent on every peripheral from the PS3 generation being in peril, including the console itself. No, I will not allow you to destroy the Bloodborne era. Onwards, 3rd Squadron. This is far from over. Entering the 4th generation's battle, we blast at a Star Destroyer, force our way in, and show off my Star Fox level flight controls. At long last, we corner the bully.
I've underestimated you. I admit defeat.
Psych!
Now it's the PS5's time to shine, acting as the platform for our fight where Nebulax brings out a roulette wheel, choosing our power-up for what's next. With the monkey secured to my back, I avoid the coconut gun shot spreading across the arena. But as the saying goes, monkey see, monkey do, monkey throw bullets right back at you, destroying the eye protection. Unhand my processor, you bulbous green oaf! I want to game again! Be free! Darn, he sealed it back up. In the next phase, I will be using the octopus floaty. This time I weave through the rocket-guided laser walls, pulling up and diving down through the various formations of photon fences, until his launcher pathetically releases a missile squid. Aim for the eyes, 8 legs! I said let my people go! Just a few more left. How's a magnet gonna help me survive an air raid? They just don't stop coming. I zigzag through his cannonade of crumbling balls and realize the leftover debris is the answer. I throw it back, but nothing came of it. Maybe I just need to whittle down his HP. Dang, nothing again. A 3rd chuck? Nada. 4th time's the charm? That's not how the saying goes. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I need to get it up to maximum size. Junk Spirit Bomb! Finally, the last lock is busted. This processor is for PlayStation only. Hasta la vista, baby! After a well-earned high five, I return the processor to the mothership where it belongs. That's a lot to process. Whoop whoop! We did it! Oh, poop, the bully's returned. Say hello to my little friend. Time to blast away with my fully armed and operational PS5 controller. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Nebulax's UAP blows up.
If I go down, I'm taking you with me.
All the bots I've rescued won't let me go. You guys are the best friends a bot could ask for. But I can't let him drag all of us down to oblivion. Don't worry, you're all together now. You'll be safe. Everyone is secured, but tears flood the room. Even Nathan Drake is crying over our loss. As the credits roll, I cry on the inside too. Ah, who am I kidding? This isn't Gears of War. I'm back, baby. And I've gotten every single puzzle piece erecting a golden statue in my honor. Unlocking a secret stairway with all of the 300 base game bots and a hidden gateway to the Great Master Challenge. As you'd expect, this level was made as a love letter to the entire game and is definitely supported supposed to be the ultimate trial. Outrunning certain death on the glass floors, and speed, unadulterated speed. This area not only is a sight for sore eyes, but was challenging. Twirling my way forward, I couldn't help but smile at the electrifying atmosphere. Okay, maybe it was a bit too electrifying. I'm probably gonna be here for hours. I don't know how long this gauntlet of platforming is, but I can already tell you with only one life to get through it all, it's gonna be a while. Jumping from controller pad to controller pad, from sacred symbol to sacred symbol, I'm done? Well, I'll be danged. That only took under 5 minutes of attempts, and the masterful Onion Sensei is brought home. To get the rest of the first 100%, I have a few odds and ends to tie up after spending my life savings on the gacha machine. Starting off by sitting through a karaoke concert from the PS5 internals, then stopping by the Deku Tree to drown out his singing by constantly sloshing water at his face. Anyway, on the Ape Escape level, I needed to find the beautiful golden butterfly, and like the Johto bug collecting contest, catch it in the net. Heading back to Horizon Zero Dawn, I had to avoid breaking the electric fences and trick 7 enemies into killing themselves against those ropes. What a trip! Heading back to the homeworld, I had to set up a picture with both Drake and Lara Croft being chased by a velociraptor.
Right there!
Then punch Kratos and hide behind Thor, making him Thaw, the god of thunder, before slapping Katamari's ball to get royally stuck. After escaping the ball, I have one with Crash Bandicoot. Gathered everyone for a dance party in the console square, and give Mr. Shakedown a run for his money, emptying out all of Kiryu's hidden ill-gotten gains. Tricking more characters, I get the Street Fighters to knock each other out, build up a wall to knock it back down, and break a bot out of a chain without the platform collapsing. I finish off the base game completion with a run up the PS5, proving I am at the top of my game.
And now for something completely different.
The first DLC Galaxy released for this game, Stellar Speedway, starting with the first of 5 levels, Building Speed. Each of these areas feature one of the various power-ups, and are treated as speed runs. Rushing to the goal as fast as I can, I bounce through a hard hat zone, break through crates of supplies, hope the glass floor will hold my weight, side bounce on dog trampolines to ricochet off, and of course, more spinning platforms. 53 seconds? What can I say? This is not a speedrunning channel, and my performance is only good enough for one of the 2 bots. But how do I get the second? Well, I have to beat the Red Sparrow on the right in about under 45 seconds, which means I'll have to boost at every opportunity, and I mean every opportunity. That shaved off enough seconds to save a Helldiver, or Super Earth. I guess this is a speedrun channel now. Sliding into the next race, this time with my elephant companion and a metric ton of ice. Between the slipping and sliding on the frozen water, and the speed I gained from making ice ramps out of thin air, I easily outsped the birds on my first try, second try, freeing Stellar Blade and a second democracy-loving soldier.
And spread managed democracy.
The following sprint I blasted through on my very first go, due to being quick to the punch, smooth on the flipping transitions, and the quickest fists in the West against Donkey Kong barrels, along with other Titanic junk in the way. This granted me an anime protagonist and almost a full squad of Helldivers, bringing me to Helium Heights, where instead of racing at first, I took my time to figure out the best route using the squid, to memorize the obstacle patterns and generally get more familiar with the paths throughout the sky. Even at my meandering pace, I still got the Heavenly Sword, although the strat that proved most useful was not to land on my feet then balloon up like I did just here, but instead to balloon immediately after I bounce on the ground. That trick really blossomed into a victory, allowing me to weave ahead of Little Red and make Super Earth proud. However, nothing would prepare me for Rising Heat, because the monkey on my back required motion controls. Honestly, this is my only gripe with the game. They just feel so out of sync. Add some mental pressure and you die at the dumbest parts. The game devs really knew what they were doing putting this level last. Come on, Astro, the fat blue bird is passing us. With this nonsense control scheme, I just lost it at points. I've had it with these controls. Can I turn them off? Oh, yeah, I can. Now that's more like it. You're in trouble now, Redbird. Using the left thumbstick is a game changer. It was close, but I beat that little Robin on my first go without motion controls. Rode the banana grip all the way up to gain Cade from Destiny and, Albert Wesker from Resident Evil. Well, that's 200% down. I wonder where the second pack is. Look out! It's a Santa asteroid! That's right, like Die Hard, this winter wonder is now a Christmas game. Ho, ho, ho. And a present for me?
Why, I don't know what to say.
Would you look at that? Santa fell off a roof and now I'm the jolly red elf. Come with me, my hostile reindeer. We have presents to deliver. Uncovering how Santa delivers the goods in one night. I freeze time to enjoy flying cookies. Before using this power to take back a gift from some naughty pigeons. Setting free Rayman, who I haven't heard from in years. I spin with joy at our reunion and can now act like a Ronin. Grabbing my little helper monkey, I hitch a ride on the Candy Cane Lane windmill and use Donkey Kong down B methods to unwrap a very polychroma looking controller. I wanted a hippopotamus for Christmas, but instead received an elephant to make the white Christmas green, unlocking a sweet racing skin. Thankfully, I kept the elephant around to help finish dessert. Otherwise, I couldn't have freed Gex. I miss when he wore the bow tie. Reuniting with my froggy boxing gloves, I utilized them like an Angry Bird delivery service and used the padding to tip over a steel box. Then, like Boxing Day, discarded my unused power-up to become a sponge. This enabled me to water the holly jolly Christmas present and a pixel art skin to boot. Regaining my Metal Mario suit, I blast back to the mainland to go up on the housetop tick-tick-tick down in the chimney to steal back the worms from Armageddon. Nabbing a different monkey with symbols, it's time to wake up the neighborhood. Wakey, wakey, time to make the holidays bright. Oh, and thanks for getting the Christmas tree ready too. Oh, with grinding rails? Sick. Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Slow down, Astro. There's more things to save, like this full suit of armor I've always dreamed of. On my way back, I get a little naughty.
Quite naughty.
But instead of coal, I open my puffer squid powers. Now I can take a sugar plum path up the biggest tree in town, blow up a present during the ascent for Miles Morales taking a leap of faith out of the Spider-Verse. Wait, my duties as Saint Nick aren't over. There are still kids in Atlantis. Come to me, my penguin steed. I've made my list and checked it twice. Breaking the surface, I found out who's naughty and nice. However, even I'll admit I didn't expect Toomba here. Back outside, I clean up the elf-on-the-shelf ornaments left from the holiday party, finding a vehicle among the mess that rivals my magic sleigh. On the night before Christmas, I broke the floor in the house so I could be the one wandering around as a mouse. I snuck and sneaked into a bottle with care for a new fit with antlers that I wasn't gonna share. Okay, enough with the pros. How about some Kentucky Fried Chicken to blast off from my rear end? A crock bot? First one here, I don't know. After receiving all presents of the past, one last appeared at the base of the tree, bringing the gift of Spider-Man to you and me. With great power comes great responsibility. Hold your horses on the festivities, almighty tree. I still need to climb to the top of ya in a bloated fashion and take a photo as the star. That's how I 300%ed Astro Bot. It'd mean the world to me if you could like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. You all have a good one. Thanks.